I've honestly never watched South Park.
It's slowly but surely gotten worse, but it's still a really good series that I would put fairly high up, if only because it actually is mature humor at a lot of points.
Oh, is it? Oh.
When they actually try to be smart, yes, but
no, to me, South Park was one of those shows I actually loved watching back when it first aired. But as I got older, my mind just keeps telling me they're just being offensive for the sake of being offensive.
Well, now they are now. Back in the first few seasons, they were actually trying to have a story with it. Now it's just like, oh, who can we make fun of now?
Yeah,
random edgy humor.
Exactly. And
although I did like the recent last season, the Jonas Brothers episode, where Mickey Mouse beats the shit out of the Jonas Brothers. I'm sorry, that was hilarious. Anything else to say about the cardboard cutouts?
Nope.
Okay, number 3, Looney Tunes. Yeah, I would put this pretty close up here.
We're talking 1940s, 50s Looney Tunes, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
you know, Wabbit Season, Duck Season.
Yeah,
you know,
good.
BB Zip Bang. You know, the good ones.
I would definitely put Looney Tunes right up here because
they're the classic cartoons.
Exactly.
They're the classic comedy cartoons.
I can watch them to this day, and I still get fucking riots over them.
I've seen every Roadrunner cartoon multiple times, and I still laugh at them. I know what's coming when Wile E. wears that bat suit. I know what's coming when Wile E. has this catapult, but I still laugh at them.
No. My favorite is when he unleashes like those hundreds of dynamites on wings.
Oh yeah.
Throughout the entire episode, it's just coming over all over the place, just blowing up in his face.
Such classics. Moving on to number 2, which I think should be number 1. Number 2, Batman the Animated Series. Hell fuck yes.
I'm still lamenting that I'm broke right now because Ryan yesterday gave me a link to the Amazon page that sells the complete animated series, and I so want to buy it.
I will say this right now, and I think you two would agree with me. Batman the Animated Series is a better television show than everything on the networks right now.
I agree, because I watch it.
Oh, yeah. Batman the Animated Series is epic.
Great voice acting, great voice acting, the best music in a cartoon I've ever heard. Excellent story work, excellent animation. There is nothing wrong with this series. It is pretty much perfect in every way.
Batman the Animated Series is the only show I ever watched religiously other than Sonic the Hedgehog when I was really little. But I will say this. Watching the more recent Batman cartoons and comparing them to the old
comparison.
Indeed.
Especially the Batman.
The Batman is fail.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that show is just bad.
I'm sorry, but when I see the Penguin doing martial art kicks and flips to the Batman,
and when Mr. Freeze has a spiky helmet,
just
no.
It's better than Batman and Robin, at least. Only because it doesn't have Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Mr. Freeze costume.
Do we have anything left to say about one of the best television shows ever and shouldn't ever have been canceled in the first place, Batman the Animated Series?
2 words, Mark Hamill.
Yes, Mark Hamill. And number 1, which is incredibly predictable and overrated and should have been canceled 7 seasons ago, The Simpsons.
The Simpsons.
The Simpsons made first place.
The Simpsons.
I would not have disagreed too heavily with that if it had ended when it should have ended, but
it's been going on for 10 seasons too long. It's
not
funny anymore.
It's like, good God, how long can this possibly run?
I think they just want the record for longest running series ever. I think that's all they want now.
I wouldn't doubt that. I mean,
It's not funny anymore.
It really isn't, and it shames me to say that, but The Simpsons was one of those shows I'd watch very, very religiously. I mean, I make sure that I tune in I don't remember if it was Sunday or Thursday night for a new episode, and I love it.
The original seasons were so great.
Yeah, and they still are. Every time an old episode comes on Fox, I watch it, and I'm still laughing just as hard as I was years ago when I first watched the episode. And now that I'm getting older, I understand more of the adult jokes they put in there, and it's even better. But none of the old
seasons
the new seasons don't do any of that, and it pisses me off.
It's all just modern humor and making fun of stuff.
Yeah,
I don't care. Yes, I know Apple's stuff is overpriced. You don't need to spend half an episode making fun of how expensive their shit is. And not to mention all the celebrity guest appearances were total bullshit. Half of them were just, hey, look, it's famous in person here. I'm going to say my one line that I got paid too much money to do. Bye.
Would it be fair to say that The Simpsons have turned into Family Guy?
They're not as bad as Family Guy. They're pretty damn close.
I will say that The Simpsons are close to becoming Family Guy just for the sake of competition. Even though the fact that The Simpsons has a much larger fan base is kind of unnecessary.
Batman the Animated Series should have been number one. It really should.
Yes, it should.
I mean, if you ever get a chance, it just goes to the people listening. By the first... what would you say The Simpsons should have died?
After the 7th season.
That's it. I would watch the first 7 seasons of Simpsons, and it's some of the greatest comedy TV you've ever watched. But everything 8 and over, don't waste your time.
I think it's like at the end of 7, start of 8 is when they started doing all the pointless guest appearances. Except the only one that was ever worth it was Kelsey Grammer as Sideshow Bob.
Yeah, but even then they started milking his character way too much.
Yeah. It's like, sure, he was fine for one episode every couple of seasons, but jeez.
Yeah.
Started becoming like a seasonal occurrence to have the Sideshow Bob episode.
Incidentally, IGN says The Simpsons remains an entertaining and relevant series, and after 2 decades stays accessible to both the original fans and a whole new generation of viewers.
Ask the old school fans and they hate the new shit. Again, IGN is blatantly ignorant.
How much do you think they were paid? How much do you think they were paid for that line?
Oh, way too much, I'm sure. How much do you want to bet? How much do you want to bet a lot of the shows on here were paid for? Because I can guarantee you half of the, 50
somehow I don't think all of the ones that don't belong on here were here because they got paid off. I mean, who cares about the Rocky Bullwinkle show?
That's too damn high, and some of the stuff is too damn low.
I'm just saying. The old IGN ignorance has to be there somewhere.
So
they got most of it wrong.
Yeah,
they got some of the good ones right, and they even managed to put some of them in the right place, or at least close enough. But
Simpsons number 1, no. Family Guy in the top 10, no. Beavis and Butthead in the top 10, no. Dragon Ball Z being 87 or something, no. Full Metal Alchemist being number 5, no. At number 95, no.
You know what this really should have been? The top 15 animated series, but in between every one we're going to put 5 or 10 series that you don't really give a fuck about.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I still want to know how Josie and the Pussycats and the Huckleberry Hound show even made the list.
Who knows? Who knows? I'm not even going to bother delving into that, seeing as I never really cared for Josie and the Pussycats, and I thought Huckleberry Hound was boring as fuck.
Does anyone have anything else to say after we've been rambling for so damn long?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, I think it's time to close it up.
Okay, after this incessantly long ramble, which will no doubt be way too many parts. We'll see.
No, I think we actually took longer with our cliche reading list.
Well, because that was like over 300 something, whatever. And we had more, and we actually had to give the examples for it rather than just stating the obvious. But
yes. But yeah. Have a nice night, everyone, and yeah.